Hi, this is Melanie with the Lone Star Conference, and we're here with Commissioner Stan Wagnon today to talk a little bit more about the announcement we just made regarding the Lone Star Football Festival. It's going to be held at Cowboys Stadium. Stan, can you start by letting us know how that idea came about and what people can look forward to next year?
Yeah, this idea really has evolved quite a bit since we first started talking about it, but kind of the reason we first started thinking along these lines is with the recent realignment of our conference membership. There became a need to have more football games because with our current football schedule we've had 10 conference games and the schools have only really needed to go and get one non-conference opponent, and so knowing that our conference schedule going forward will have only 8 conference games, we began some dialogue with other conferences and trying to figure out what's the best way to work with some people strategically to try and find some games. And so like I said, it's evolved quite a bit. Some specific conversations between myself and the Gulf South Conference Commissioner Nate Salant, we started trying to find ways that our two teams from our two leagues could get together and play non-conference games, and through that conversation we talked about the possibility of playing at a neutral site. And so we kind of started with looking at neutral sites in between where our geographic footprint is and where they're located, and you're talking about sites like Shreveport, Louisiana, New Orleans, Jackson, Mississippi. And I think the more we kind of thought about it, we decided it might also be a good idea to look in our own footprint to see if there's some places within our own neighborhood, so to speak, that would serve as host to that type of event. Well, once we did that, I started the dialogue with the staff at the Dallas Cowboys and with some people at the Arlington Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we started kind of talking about it. And the more and more we talked about it, the more I think that we realized that there's an opportunity here for the Lone Star Conference to have a pretty special event independent from our need to play non-conference games with the Gulf South Conference. And certainly we're still talking with the Gulf South and think that there's some possibilities for our teams to match up in non-conference play, but what really has evolved is we identified that this would be a great opportunity for Lone Star Conference football teams to put on an event in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at the greatest stadium in the world, and so we're excited to announce this event.
Great, and you mentioned the greatest stadium in the world. Obviously, it's a great venue. Talk about some of the other benefits of having this festival.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the stadium is number one. For Lone Star Conference student athletes and coaches to take the stage at really the greatest stage there is for football. You know, obviously the Big 12 championship has been played at Cowboys Stadium the last 2 years. The NBA All-Star game has already been there, and then coming up in February, the Super Bowl will be played at Cowboys Stadium. So for us to be able to play in that type of a venue, and for our fans and alumni to be able to come out and reconnect with our teams in that setting, I think is going to be special, and so that really is a great opportunity in itself. But I think this event, you know, regardless of where it's played, has an opportunity really for us to create some synergy as a conference and create some interest not just for your own team but for the league as a whole, and hopefully people will come out, support the event, and see that the product that we have, Lone Star Conference football, is a good product.
Okay, and you mentioned this being an event. It's 3 football games in one day. Talk about a little bit about what it's going to take to pull off this event, just the people and the initiatives that are going to have to happen between now and September.
Yeah, it's going to be a big event. I think really, you know, for us in the conference, on the conference side of things, what we are looking to do is to provide an event for our football student athletes similar to what many of our other student athletes have in the other sports. You know, they have a conference championship basketball tournament. There's a conference championship baseball tournament. Well, in football, since there's a little bit different scheduling habits, and obviously there's a playoff system, we don't really have room for a conference championship game in Division II football. And so what we see this event as is an opportunity for us to provide a great student athlete experience, but also an opportunity for us to use the sport of football and the proud history and success that our football programs have had, use that as an opportunity for a kind of a branding event, raise the awareness of who we are as a Lone Star Conference athletic programs, but also Lone Star Conference universities, So this will be kind of our big branding opportunity in the fall season, if you will. And then obviously all the other sports have their opportunities with their championships, and probably arguably the biggest of those is the basketball championship, which occurs in the spring. So this will kind of give us two really big events, and then obviously our goal as we move forward is to take all of our sports, all of our season-ending championships, and turn them into great events for the conference. With this event specifically, the way it's set up is a 3 games in 1 day event. And so it's going to take a kind of a collective effort from the conference staff to be prepared and lead a lot of the marketing initiatives and publicity and promotion leading into the event. But it's going to take a partnership with the Dallas Cowboys, obviously, to make sure the games are administered in a professional way. And certainly there's no better place and no better staff to work with than what the Dallas Cowboys have at Cowboys Stadium, because certainly they've already proven capable of hosting big-time events. They host college football, high school football, obviously the NFL games and the Super Bowl, and so they're going to be a good group for us to partner with as far as administering the games. And then also I think the Arlington Convention and Visitors Bureau will be a big assistance to us as far as helping to promote and market this game in that community, hopefully get the people of Arlington to come out and support and become more familiar with what we do in the Lone Star Conference. And then I think the final piece really is that we're going to work really closely with the 11 member institutions of the Lone Star Conference and make sure that we can equip them with the right tools to reach out to the people that they want to connect with at an event like this. And that means it gives them an opportunity to reconnect with former students that live in North Texas, but it also is an opportunity or a platform, if you will, for them to kind of sell or promote their university to potential new students in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That could be student athletes or the general student body. Obviously the DFW Metroplex is an important market for all the universities in the Lone Star Conference, and so we think this event really will give them a great tool to go out and spread their message.
Sounds great, Stan. Thank you for your time, and be sure to check the Lone Star Conference website for future details on the event.
Thank you.